What's up guys and welcome to 100 Days of Hardcore Minecraft. You may have watched a lot of 100 Days videos where the most they do is defeat the dragon, defeat the weather, and get full netherite gear. This time I decided to challenge myself. In this video, my goals are to defeat the ender dragon, defeat the weather, get full netherite gear enchanted. I will bring a beacon to full power, take over a woodland mansion, and last but not least, raid an ocean monument. Watch the whole video to find out if I completed all these challenges or not. Anyways, please drop a like because these videos take me over 30 hours to make. Subscribe if you're new, comment what you want me to do for 200 days. Anyways, let the 100 days begin. Day 1, I spawned in and as always punched down some wood. I then made myself a wooden pickaxe and collected some cobblestone and coal. I then made some stone tools and went mining. I encountered my first baby zombie, which was really dangerous since I had no armor or a shield. I started mining some iron. I mined some iron and I smelted it. I made myself a shield and an iron pickaxe. I then went back to mining. I spent the whole day mining in the cave and smelting. I then made full iron gear. Day 2, I started off by gathering a ton of spruce wood because I was going to use it to build my base. I spent the whole day collecting a lot, and I mean a lot of spruce wood. I then went to sleep. Day 3, I saw a mesa biome which was really close to spawn. I then looked around for a nice place to live in, and I found the perfect place by a dark oak forest. I made myself a shovel and got to terraforming. I terraformed a lot and expanded the area by a lot. I then went to sleep. Day 4, I started with some more terraforming and then I began the layout of the house. Or should I say the base, since it will look more like a base than a house. After adding half the layout, I ran into some more grass, so I had to terraform again. Believe me, the first couple days will be a little boring, but later on the fun will begin. I then finished the layout. Yes, it looks like a square, but it will look good, I promise. Day 5, I started building up the blocks. I then went and chopped a lot of oak wood. I also collected a lot of oak leaves for the base. I started placing the leaves all around the layout. Then I made oak fences and I placed them on top of the leaves. Now we had a pretty strong wall. I then watched the forest burn for the rest of the day. Day 6, I was collecting some birch wood. Believe me, all this gathering will be worth it at the end. I then built a staircase that will lead to the second floor of my base. Let's just fast forward a bit to when my base exterior is totally complete. Day 8, my base was done and it was looking pretty nice. I then wanted a lot of andesite, so I went to a cave and started mining for andesite. I mined a lot of andesite and went back to base. I also stripped all my spruce wood I used on the base. Day 9, I made a lot of polished andesite and started placing it at the back of my base. I finished placing the andesite and my base was looking pretty nice. I then added a lot of storage. I also made a little basement walkway which I will dig out in the future. Day 10, I collected a ton of wood and started a build on a small house on the second story. I'm not going to show the build because it was really simple, so here are the results. I then added some furnaces on the other side which makes my base complete. Day 11, I added a small sugarcane farm in front of my house. I also built a small wheat farm inside the base which won't be here for long. Day 12, time to go mining. It was time to get myself full diamond armor. I was exploring in a cave and I ran upon my first ever diamonds. It was only 3 diamonds, but still that's better than nothing. I got back to searching for diamonds. I then found one more diamond inside of a huge ravine. Now we had 4. Day 13, still mining and looking for diamonds, iron, and gold. The iron and gold are to prepare for the beacon beforehand. I explored multiple caves, found a lot of resources but very little diamonds. Day 14, I am still looking for diamonds. I have a good amount but I needed enough for full armor and a pickaxe. I spent the rest of the day finding a little more diamonds, exploring some more caves and even strip mining. Day 15, I was out of the cave with 28 diamonds, over a stack of iron and over a stack of gold and some other goods. I then went to sleep. Day 16, I gathered some obsidian from a ruined portal to go to the nether. I made the portal and I went through. I got the worst, and I mean the worst spawn I have ever seen, but luckily I noticed a nether fortress very close to my portal. I started digging towards the fortress because I only had iron armor. And those magma cubes will kill me if I'm not careful, so I tunneled all the way to the fortress. Day 17, I was at the fortress exploring. I started off by killing blazes. The blazes were doing a ton of damage. I blocked up a spawner area and gathered blaze rods for Eyes of Ender. After gathering enough rods, I ran back as fast as I could because I had no food, and was on 2.5 heart. This was really dangerous and I was super worried. Luckily on day 18 I made it out of the nether alive and my hunger was full thanks to mushroom stew. I then wanted to find a village for some easy ender pearls, so I started traveling in a random direction. Mostly towards the plains because that's the easiest places to find villages at. I was exploring for a really long time. Day 19, I stumbled upon a village and wasted no time. I got straight into stealing all their food. I gathered a ton of clay and traded it with a stonemason. I got 16 emeralds from that. Luckily there was also a cleric in the village, which was good because I did not have my blaze rods on me to make a brewing stand. I got straight into chopping down wood. After gathering a ton of wood, I traded it with some Fletchers and got a lot of emeralds. Day 20, I unlocked the Ender Pearl trait for the cleric and now needed more emeralds to buy the pearls. I started off by gathering more wood for sticks. This time I destroyed all the village logs. I ran low on wood, so I chopped down some more spruce trees. I traded all my sticks and got 48 emeralds. Then I bought a ton of pearls. Day 21, I went back home with 16 ender pearls. I made full diamond armor. Also, I bought a bow and a lot of arrows from the Fletchers. I gathered a ton of blocks for the end city exploration. I geared up and got all the food I needed. I threw my first eye and started going in the direction. Day 22, I was exploring and I ran into another village which was way closer than the first one I found. I finally found the stronghold and I dug down in it. I went to the library and clicked at a stack of books and also got a ton of enchanted books. Day 23, I filled in the portal and I jumped inside. I started off by shooting down all the towers. Then I started bowing down the dragon. I beat the dragon as much as I could and finally finished it off with my fist. Once again, I was victorious against the Ender Dragon. I got all the way to level 70, which was amazing. I collected the dragon egg and went to the end city. Day 24, I started the search for an end city. After a couple of minutes, I found the weirdest end city I have ever seen. It was just one building and that's it. I looted it and looked for more. Day 25, I finally stumbled upon another one which actually had a ship. I looted the whole end city and the ship, and what do you know? I see two more end cities right next to this one. One in front and one behind. They also both had ships. I have never ever been this lucky ever in an end city. I looted the one behind the one I was looting first and it was really big. It took a really long time to loot. Day 26, I started looting the second one. I looted the end city first and then looted the end city ship. I got a lot of diamonds, diamond gear, and iron gear, and a lot of other goods. Like I said, I have never been this lucky in the end. Day 27, I hopped in the portal and went back to the village I slept in. I then went back home as it was turning night. Day 28, we had no time to waste. I got straight to work on the basement. I then collected some obsidian and made an enchantment table. Day 29, I added a full level 30 enchantment table inside the house upstairs. It was now time to get some good gear. I grabbed my lapis and some gear I had found in the end city. I had most of my end city loot in an ender chest, so I crafted an ender chest and took my loot from it. I then started enchanting. I got some good enchantments on all my gear. After using all my levels to enchant, I used the wrist combining all of my stuff to make it as good as I possibly could. Day 30, I got to work on the basement. I dug out the area and wanted polished andesite for all the walls and roof. And quartz and spruce wood for the floor. Let's just fast forward to when the build is done. Day 31, the basement was completely finished and now all it needed was some villagers. So I started to work on some weakness potions. I made 3 potions of weakness because I wanted to revive zombie villagers. It turned night, so I waited for a while and thankfully after a couple of minutes a zombie villager had spawned. So I quickly brought it to the basement and revived it. I stayed with it until it revived so it doesn't despawn. It was almost about to turn day when I spotted another zombie villager, so I revived the second one as well. Day 32, I had 2 villagers and it was time to get a mending trade. I then spent the whole day gathering a ton of wool for some bits for my villagers. I also spent the whole night trying to get mending and finally got a mending trade for 1 emerald each. I quickly bought 2 books and locked in the trade. Day 33, I went to get wool and you won't believe it. I found a pink sheep near my house. I'll be honest, I haven't seen a pink sheep that naturally spawned in Minecraft in 3 years. This was a very rare sight. I quickly took the sheep back to my base and kept it there. I saw a wandering trader and we all know what happens to these guys when I see one. That's right, I killed it and its llamas. And used the leads to keep my sheep safe. Day 34, I wanted a creeper farm. I went to the village closest to my house and tamed 2 cats. I got the fishes from the lake in front of my house after killing them. I brought both cats back home safely and bred them. I then gathered all the materials for the farm and started the build. It was gonna be the clock-shaped farm, so I started the layout, worked on the inside, and bred my cats again. I took the original 2 and placed them at the farm. Day 35, farm was done and I was not gonna AFK the farm because my time was running low and I had a lot to still do. I spent the rest of the day gathering as much wool as I could. Day 36, I had over 2 stacks of wool, which is gonna be a lot to get me enough netherite for full gear. I went to the nether and started the mine. I started off by exploring my beds. I kept on mining and after a couple of beds I found some ancient debris. Day 37, I was still mining for ancient debris. Let's just show this huge trail of explosions I made. I had 36 pieces of ancient debris, which was a lot, and I left the nether. I then smelted all my ancient debris. I had 9 netherite ingots. Day 38, I added mending to as many of my gear as I could and I ran out of levels. I then went to the nether to get some levels from quartz and gold. I was able to get 24 levels and repair all my armor and tools in the nether. Then I went to sleep. Day 39, I had full netherite tools and armor. 2 goals completed and 4 more to go. My next goal was to defeat the Wither. I had looting 3 on my sword, so I went to the nether and started killing skeletons. The fortress I was in was not big enough, so I went and looked for another one. On the way, I looted bastions and stole all their gold. I killed over 100 Wither skeletons. And you won't believe this, but I got 2 Wither skulls from killing 2 Wither skeletons at the end, in a row. Day 41, I was back home with 3 Wither skulls and ready to fight and defeat the Wither. I dug all the way down and found some diamonds on the way. I spawned in the Wither and the fight began. I bowed it down to half its health, and then I went it with my sword, and what do you know? I killed it. Mojang, please add a new and stronger boss. These bosses are just getting way too easy now. I also found some more diamonds. Day 42, 3 of my goals completed and it was time for the most difficult goal ever. That goal was to bring a beacon to full power. Now I forgot to press record when I made the beacon, but luckily I noticed because if I didn't record this clip, I would have lost over 2 hours of footage. I started mining for iron and gold. I found a new cave far from my house and started mining. Day 43, still mining in the cave. Day 44, still mining and also hungry now in real life. Day 45, I went back home and smelted all the ores I had. While my ores were smelting, I built a nice platform to place my beacon on top of. I then started adding the blocks and after the first layer, I ran out. This was a sign for me to go back to mining. I went mining again. Day 46, still mining and finding a ton of diamonds. I was mining up until day 50. I got over 5 stacks of iron ore, over 2 stacks of gold, and over 20 diamonds. I went back home and smelted all my ores. I made 9 diamond blocks because the top layer of the beacon was gonna be made from diamond blocks. I then added all the blocks of iron and gold and I finally brought a beacon to full power. After this, I took a long break from ever mining anything. Then I needed an unbreaking book for my elytra. I tried to get it through my villager but no luck. Day 51, I started enchanting books and got an unbreaking 3 from an enchantment, so I added it to my elytra. I spent the rest of the day cutting down a lot of dark oak logs. Then I slept. Day 52, I had over 3 stacks of logs, so it was time to trade with my villagers. I got a lot of emeralds. Then I went to the nether to repair my elytra back to full HP. Day 53, I made a cartography table because it was time to look for a mansion. I traded a little bit and unlocked the glass pane trade, so I needed a lot of sand. I went to the mesa I had spotted at the beginning of the 100 days and collected sand. So I wanted to do the raid before the search for the mansion. I went on a look for a pillager outpost. Day 54, I found a pillager outpost in a snow biome. I killed their captain and got bad omen. Then I traveled back home, which took a while. Day 55, I was back home and the raid started. It was gonna be an easy raid, but I still had to be careful. If a ravager gets in my base, my pink sheep is as good as dead. I killed the first few waves easily. I was tanking every damage they did to me. My armor was too good. Day 57, I became hero of the village and got a ton of discounts for my villagers. I smelted all my sand and crafted glass panes. I unlocked the Ocean Explorer and the Woodland Mansion map, and I bought them both. I geared up, I made a ton of rockets and got a lot of food. Day 58, I started heading southeast towards the mansion. I was flying for a really long time. Day 59 and I have traveled over 2,000 blocks and still traveling. This mansion seems to be really far. Day 60 and I'm still traveling. I've had to repair my elytra like 3 times by now. Day 61, I finally got to the mansion. 20,000 blocks away from my base. I was exploring the mansion when I saw a part of it burning. I tried setting the fire out the whole night. Day 62, I was still trying to put the fire out so the whole thing doesn't burn down. This trip was a waste of time. I got nothing good from the loot but a diamond hoe and half of the mansion burned down. I then made another portal because I did not feel like traveling 20,000 blocks in the overworld again. Day 63, I started heading towards my portal. From my calculation, my portal was only like 3,000 blocks away from the mansion. Day 64, I was still flying and mostly digging tunnels through the nether roof. Day 66, I finally got back to my portal and went through. First thing I did was I traded with my villagers. You can never have enough emeralds. I then moved my pink sheep inside the base to keep him safe. Day 67, I terraformed the lake in front of my house. I extended the lake as much as I could because I wanted to build a bridge there. I also dug down a level in the lake. Day 68, I started removing dark oak trees. I was removing as much trees as I could because I wanted to start a little mushroom village project in the forest. I also chopped down a lot of mushrooms with my silk touch axe. I then took down a ruined portal and covered all the netherrack inside it with dirt and grass. Day 69, I was done terraforming and time to build a little mushroom house. After making the layout for it, it turned night so I slept. Day 70, I got back to terraforming the half-burned trees because they make the forest look really ugly. Let's just fast forward to when I complete the first mushroom house. Terraform as much as I could and also to when I finished the build on the bridge. Day 77 and I was done with terraforming, the bridge, and the mushroom house. I also moved my nether portal over to my base. Day 78, I wanted to move my wheat farm and expand it. I found a lake nearby my house and started the build there. I made the layout and it turned night. Day 79, I gathered a ton of grass and filled in the layout. After filling in the farm with grass, I added water sources in places needed. Day 80, I hoed the entire farm and then added slabs in the water sources. If you guys didn't know, you can add half slabs like this and the water source will still be there. This made it easy for me to walk around and also made it look nice. Day 81, I started adding seeds. I had like 7 stacks of seeds, so I added it all to the farm. It took a while, but I finally added 80% of the seeds in the farm. Here's how the farm looks now. Day 82, and time to raid an ocean monument. I enchanted my fishing rod and went fishing for a puffer fish. After a little bit of fishing, I finally got a puffer fish. I made some water breathing potions and gathered everything else I needed. Day 83, I headed off to find the ocean monument. I started flying in the northwest direction. Day 84, I finally reached the ocean monument and it was time to raid. First, I grabbed a cow from an island for some milk. I took a bucket of milk and went down to the monument. Day 85, I started the monument raid. I had my water breathing potion on and sadly I accidentally drank milk and got rid of my mining fatigue and my water breathing. I killed one of the elder guardians. Day 86, I killed the second one and I couldn't find where the third one was. I was killing guardians for a really long time and I kept looking but I could not find the place for the elder guardian. Finally, after a while, I found the last one and I had killed it. The ocean monument raid was over. I spent a little bit killing more guardians and I left. Day 87, as I was heading home, 50 blocks away from the ocean monument, I spotted another one. This was great because now I can build a whole industrial area in the ocean. I was gonna use one of the monuments for a base and one of them for a guardian farm. Day 88, I was back home with the monument successfully defeated. For the rest of the days, I wanted to first go AFK on the creeper farm. I wanted a lot of gunpowder before 200 days, so it's better to go AFK for some days and get as much as I can. I also wanted to build a bee farm. Day 89, I started to work on a small little bee farm in the dark oak forest. It was gonna be small and simple. Day 90, the farm was finished and it looks amazing. Day 91, I went AFK on the creeper farm for like 8 days. I returned on day 98 from AFK and had over 5 stacks of gunpowder, which was amazing. For the last 2 days, I spent getting some cinematics and also making some changes around the base. That's it! I completed 6 of the hardest goals in Minecraft Hardcore in just 100 days. I hope you guys enjoyed because I worked really hard on this video and it took longer than any of my other videos I have ever uploaded. If you enjoyed, then please drop a like and subscribe. Also join my Discord server and comment what you want me to do for 200 days.